It's 3 p.m. on a Monday. Goodnews is weaving through Lagos traffic on his small 50cc motorbike, and he's on his way to pick up a mango smoothie.
I've arrived at the restaurant, so I'm going in now to pick the order, and in less than 5 minutes, I'll be out. Hello, good afternoon.
The mango smoothie is not for him. Goodnews delivers food for a company called Chowdek, an app known for its efficiency. They get food to customers in less than 30 minutes. Goodnews turned on the app to start his shift at 10 a.m., and this is order number 6. He hopes to do 10 deliveries before the app shuts down at 10 p.m.
If I'm able to deliver those 10 orders, I'll be paid 3,000 naira as bonus.
That's an extra 3,000 naira at the end of the day, about $2, but only if he completes all 10. Goodnews tries to finish each order as quickly as he can.
It will take me about 15 minutes to get there.
Goodnews wears a green and yellow Chowdek t-shirt. He's got a helmet on and has a pouch around his neck to hold his phone. The food he's carting around is placed in a small bag hanging on the scooter's handles. Before he heads out, he updates the Chowdek app and then puts the next destination in Google Maps.
I'm actually inside the lag, but I missed my way, so I'm trying to communicate with the customer to guide me on how to locate where she is. We've talked, so I'm moving to the location now.
Goodnews does most of his deliveries close to Unilag, the University of Lagos. He waits for a few minutes until the customer arrives and then passes over the mango smoothie.
I just delivered now to the customer. She has given me the code 4973. All right, that settles it. I'm done.
This order took him about 40 minutes to complete, and he made 1,000 naira, 66 cents. He's got 6 hours left to meet his target for the day. But just as he returns to his usual waiting spot, dark clouds form in the sky.
Okay, as it stands, the weather is very bad. It's about to rain. In fact, it is drizzling. It's the nature of the work. So I will use my raincoat as well as my phone pouch, but the work has to go on.
The rain will slow him down, but Chowdek offers riders a bonus to drive in the rain. So he keeps going. With bonuses, Goodnews makes decent money as a Chowdek rider. But the job isn't perfect.
I can't say I'm totally happy with how it is, but it's helping. Yeah. It's helping. It's not perfect though.
I'm Lesedi Mokhwatle, and this is Radio Workshop. Chowdek is a Nigerian tech company. It's relatively new, only 4 years old, but already over 1 million people use it. Chowdek employs more than 20,000 riders. It's the largest food delivery app in Nigeria. Chowdek is part of Nigeria's growing gig economy. For riders, they promise a flexible, fast-paying income, and you don't need an advanced degree. For many young people who can't find office jobs, delivery work is their best option. Chowdek riders can earn up to 600,000 naira a month. That's around $400. And in a country like Nigeria, where more than half of the working population makes less than $100 a month, that's a lot of money. But the gig economy can be tough. The International Labour Organization says that gig work often means low and unpredictable pay without proper oversight. On top of that, they warn that workers end up being controlled by opaque algorithms that they don't understand. But how does all of this translate for a delivery rider in Lagos? To start, our reporter Mo Isu spoke to tech writer Ngozi Chukwu. who just so happens to be getting her chow deck delivery at the time of this interview.
Hi, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ngozi is a reporter for Tech Cabal, a Nigerian media outlet that covers tech news. Like many young people in Lagos, Ngozi orders from chow deck almost every day.
4065.
Today she's having amala, a Yoruba dish made from yam flour. It's one of the most popular items on the app.
I can't wait to eat it. I love the amala from here because the megiri has that creamy flavor.
Ngozi has reported a lot on food delivery and the gig economy. She's spoken to many riders and users of apps like Chowdeck. We asked her what it was about these apps that made them so attractive to young people.
A very big or common thread was it saves, me time. Cooking can be distraction, and having an app where you could just order food, people underestimate how much overweight like that lifts from like a young person. People who are like even married and say like they have kids and like people, it just like it offers more flexibility to like people who have lives they want to live.
For young people like Ngozi who are trying to stand out in the highly competitive Nigerian job market, Chowdeck is a productivity tool. It keeps her on task and away from the pots and not stuck in the endless Lagos traffic. But like all consumer products, Ngozi says Chowdeck has a responsibility to its users. That's the restaurant owners and customers, but also the riders.
What kind of accountability question should we be asking a company of Chowdeck's size and ambition?
It would mostly be around employee welfare. I mean, like the business is powered by the delivery riders, and I think that accountability would be about how are they handling like the riders as human resources.
We're back with Good News outside a popular supermarket in a part of Lagos called Yaba. Our reporter Mo Isu spent the day with Good News and 12 other Chowdeck riders. Good News is 33 years old. He grew up in a small town in the Niger Delta region. His parents were both farmers, and they raised him together with his twin brother and two sisters. Good News studied engineering at university. He said he chose engineering for its practicality, not because it was his passion.
I told myself that after school, I will have to switch to what gives me joy. Yeah. I'll have to go back to writing because that's what I like. I'm a writer.
Good News loves to write. He especially loves poetry. He's submitted his poems to publications, hoping to make a career out of it. But the writing world in Nigeria is very competitive. So in 2022, Good News made the decision to move to Lagos. The whole idea of Lagos scared him. About 2,000 people moved to the city every day, all hoping to find better opportunities. But all Good News found was a bunch of low-paid security jobs. And that's how he first heard about Chowdeck.
So, security guards receive visitors. I think a Chowdeck rider came to deliver an order. So when I saw them come, I saw it as an opportunity to inquire from them. So it was through that interaction that I got interested.
Good News decided to try his luck with Chowdeck. When he reached out to a rider supervisor at the company, he was immediately accepted. They told him to download the app. It's pretty easy to become a rider. A bicycle and a smartphone are all you need to get started. Good News filled out a recruitment form and went through the onboarding process. At first he delivered with a bicycle, but a few months later he switched over to a scooter. Now he completes orders faster and is less exhausted at the end of the day.
Do you earn more money now from Chowdeck than you did from that job?
Of course I do.
How much more? Times 2, times 3?
I think I can say times 3. Can say times 3.
With the salary he gets from Chowdeck, Good News can send money home to his family.
I have siblings, I have a mother, I have a father, and from time to time I do send them money So they are depending on me somehow.
Goodnews says he's found his rhythm. He works 7 days a week and tries to meet as many milestones as he can to get those bonuses. Most of his orders go smoothly. He gets the request, makes the pickup, and delivers it. But sometimes things don't work out. Like a few weeks ago, when he received an order for 2 portions of suya. Suya is like this super delicious Nigerian street food. It's grilled beef covered in a local spice called yaji.
I got to the customer's location. I delivered. So after leaving the customer's location, the customer called me and said that what he ordered are not complete. So I said, okay.
Goodnews asked the customer to reach out to Chowdek's support. His job was just to deliver. A few minutes later, Chowdek blocked him on the app. There was a miscommunication between the restaurant and the customer, but it was Goodnews who took the fall. Goodnews called his supervisor to explain the situation, all the while losing precious time and money.
So it was after the explanation that they had to unblock my app. So, situations like that, I really wish that they would give fair hearing to both parties involved when issues come up. That's what happens all the time.
He says it often feels like Chowdek cares more for the customers than they do for the riders. Mo asked him if this is fair.
It is not. It is not. And I really love for them to improve on their services. I really love for them to improve.
The life of a delivery rider in a city like Lagos is challenging. There are no dedicated bike lanes, and Lagos is notorious for its lawless roads. People run red lights, they drive the wrong way, and change lanes manically. The riders also have to deal with area boys, men who hang out at strategic locations and try to extort money from them. Another rider Mo spoke to said Chowdek actually got the area boys on his route to stop bothering him. But for Goodnews, small wins like this aren't enough. Just a few weeks ago, he was on the way to deliver an order when a motorbike almost drove into him. To avoid a collision, Goodnews swung his bike to the right and ran into a parked bus.
I had to cancel the order because I was seriously injured. I had to cancel it.
He reported the incident on a support group chat. A few minutes later, the order was reassigned to a different rider who picked it up while Goodnews went to get treated at a nearby clinic.
And up until today, I've not even seen a call from somebody telling me that, okay, I'm calling from support, we had an accident and all of that. To show support. Nothing like that came. They don't do anything. They don't.
According to Goodnews, when there's an accident, you're pretty much on your own. He says the company doesn't care about the safety of its riders.
When the desire is there to do better, you will do better. But they don't have that desire. That's the problem. They don't want to improve because they feel that riders are stranded. They need them more.
Earlier this year, Chowdek made some changes to the app. They stopped assigning orders manually and started automating this process. Some riders felt this also meant less access to support personnel. Goodnews says now there's no one he can reach out to talk about his grievances.
The best that these gig workers have sometimes is WhatsApp groups where they come together and talk. Because I have spoken to a lot of gig workers who say they don't even know whom to complain to.
Bukola Adebayo is the West Africa correspondent for Context News and has reported extensively on the gig economy in Nigeria. She says companies like Chowdek should have health insurance that covers the kind of injuries riders are likely to face.
It's a no-brainer that if in the course of delivering a service for a company, you incur an injury, there should be a health system that allows you to be able to seek care immediately.
We contacted Chowdek to get their side of the story. They told us they do provide personal accident insurance for all their riders, and they always have. But all the riders Mo spoke to say they'd never heard anything about having access to insurance. Fair Work Nigeria is a research initiative that evaluates and rates the working conditions of digital platforms. In 2023, they released a report rating the working conditions of gig workers in Nigeria-based tech companies. They tested 12 companies against their 5 principles: fair pay, fair conditions, fair contracts, fair management, and fair representation. Only 2 companies scored any points at all. Chowdeck scored 0 on all 5 principles. Bukola says for things to improve, the government needs to step in.
The overall responsibility is the government to provide the legislation, to provide the room for riders to be seen in terms of legislation that they can use to hold companies like Chowdeck responsible.
Without government regulation, riders like Goodnews are more likely to be exploited and are not given the same rights as more formal workers.
Gig work is work. It's not other work than any other work. A gig worker is working as a medical doctor is working, and they deserve the same level of protection.
In the meantime, Goodnews hustles to make his deliveries as quickly as possible. When Mo leaves him at about 6 p.m., he heads out into the rain for his next order.
I just picked up an order going to Igbobi. But I will just have to go because the order does not have to stay long on the app. So I will use my raincoat as well as my phone pouch. But the work has to go on.
Almost 6.
Yeah.
This is order number.
This is order number 8.
Good luck. I'll check up on you later.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mo gets a text from Goodnews at 10:30 p.m. He says he met his 10-order challenge, but only just managed because no one else wanted to work in the rain. When Goodnews finally made his way home, he spent the rest of the night writing. This story was reported and produced for Radio Workshop by Mo Isu. Special thanks to the journalists who shared their reporting with us, Ngozi Chukwu from Tech Cabal and Bukola Adebayo from Context News. This episode was edited by me, Lesedi Mokwatle, with assistance from Bethel Abde. Original music by Kamani Sambu at Edible Audio in Cape Town. Sound engineering by Joe Jackson and Mike Rayfeld. Joe Jackson is our managing producer. Mike Rayfeld is our executive producer. Vuyo Litzeke is our executive director. This episode and the work of Radio Workshop would not be possible without the support of Luminate. Special thanks to Rob Byers, and thanks to Hindenburg for supporting our projects across Africa with audio editing software. We can only do this work because of your support. You can make a donation at radioworkshop.org.